busting up out of nowhere like Tony the Tiger. They're great. Man, I miss Frosted Flakes. Have you ever just wanted to be great? And obviously we all want to be great at something, but like, is it possible to just be a great human being? Question mark. I was reading in the Bible recently and stumbled across a couple verses in 2 Timothy 2 and made some interesting discoveries. 2 Timothy 2, 20 through 26, meaning there is a 1 Timothy, but I guess we'll just get to that another time. Another Tim. Sorry. Now, in a great house, there are not only vessels of gold and silver, but also of wood and clay, some for honorable use and some for dishonorable use. Not sure what exactly the plan is to use wood and clay for dishonorable use, but it seems more like this is the visual of what it is that we're about to get into. And I was thinking about, okay, what does a great house look like, or like what's in a great house? And sure, yeah, there's a bunch of really amazing things. And there's also some things that are like, meh. I feel like this house is like a metaphor for something, and that we're gonna realize that maybe like this is a metaphor for humans. Therefore, if anyone cleanses themselves from what is dishonorable, they will be a vessel for honorable use, set apart as holy, useful to the master of the house, ready for every good work. Sounds like a metaphor. Therefore, if anyone cleanses themselves, if the metaphor is that the people are like the house, it's saying anyone, great houses, it's basically categorizing anyone as already being a great house, which is great. I think that I needed to hear that. A lot of times I feel like I start off as a rickety-gackety shack and I'm like, I ain't great, nobody gonna wanna come to my house. No. You are a great house. You're already a great house. Okay, well that's amazing, but you got some clutter up in there that you need to clean up. I had a friend who inherited an amazing house, but the previous owners were hoarders. Still beautiful, great house, but there's some dust that needed to be swiped up, you know? By it saying, if anyone cleanses himself, it just kind of makes it seem like an open invitation, like anyone's able to do this. It's just whether or not you decide to or not. Then it just gets right into what the effect of doing that is. They will be a vessel for honorable use, set apart as holy, useful to the master of the house, ready for every good work. Man, so this is where we're talking about some vessels here. I had to think like, what is a vessel? It's kind of like a cup. You know, you pour stuff into a cup and then you pour stuff out. So if I'm a vessel, I want to be something that collects the best kind of things and then pours the best kind of things back out. You just like collect and redistribute. Whoa, what? Useful to the master. So there's already a master of the house. If I am a great house, there is a master of the great house that's preparing me to do good work. So flee youthful passions. Man, that is a loaded term. And pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those who call on the Lord from a pure heart. So it's kind of talking about two different things here. Flee youthful passions and instead pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace. I guess it's saying that righteousness, faith, love, and peace are basically opposite of youthful passions. And I relate to that just because, I mean, when I was a kid, I didn't care about any of this stuff. I still struggle with it. So this is gonna be difficult. Have nothing to do with foolish, ignorant controversies. You know that they breed quarrels. I mean, I enjoy a controversy from time to time. Did we truly film the moon landing? Or was it all Kubrick? Gotta be in here somewhere. Controversies are kind of fun because it's just kind of like, I think they challenge people to entertain new perspectives, and I think that's always interesting. But let's look at it again. It says, you know that they breed quarrels. So I think that that's what the big takeaway is here. It's saying have nothing to do with foolish, ignorant controversies because, you know, they breed quarrels. Like, I'm not gonna try to go out after somebody and pick a fight just because they don't think the same way that I do about something. I think the whole point is for me to become more honorable so I can honor other people and their opinions and their thoughts on things and be a better listener, like making me a better vessel. If the attitude is that I wanna go out and I wanna prove that I'm right and that you're wrong, and that's just dishonorable. And if you do that, you should honestly be ashamed of yourself. And the Lord's servant must not be quarrelsome, but kind to everyone, So now we're talking about the Lord. I feel like the whole thing has just been like, there's a great house, there's a master of the house. This master is gonna do good work. And then it starts throwing the word the Lord in there. So it's like, okay, we're not dancing around it anymore. It's very clear that the Lord is the master and the great house is essentially the servant that the Lord is pouring into so that that servant can pour back out. And the Lord's servant must not be quarrelsome, but kind to everyone. Now we getting real. Okay, so previously it said put off youthful passions and pursue righteousness, love, peace. And now it's saying put off being quarrelsome and instead be kind to your community. Wait, be kind to those who think just like you. No, who look like you. Wait, I must have lost my spot. Oh, be kind to everyone. What a novel idea. A lot of solid characteristics in here. Be kind to everyone, everyone, everyone. Let's not be quarrelsome, but kind to everyone. Okay, that's another one. I'm gonna add that to the list of things I'm gonna have to work on. Then it says, correcting opponents with gentleness. God may perhaps grant them repentance, leading to a knowledge of truth. This is pretty big here because I know I struggle with this a lot. It's very easy for me to just think, hey, can you not just understand what I'm trying to tell you right now? I feel like the point of being honorable is just to be kind to everyone and to be leaders in wisdom. And then from there, it sounds like it's up to God on whether or not they see their own crustiness. What's the verse? It's like, don't point out a speck in someone's eye when you have a log in your own eye. Wow, that's powerful. I'm just glad that God revealed what was dishonorable in my own life and still does, you know, because Lord knows I need it. Really though, He knows that I need it. Last verse, 26, and they may come to their senses and escape the snare of the devil after being captured by him to do his will. Oh my goodness, this escalated quickly. Wow, this is like some legit spookiness. The snare of the devil after being captured by him to do his will. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's be aggressive, but I think that that's what the reality is it's aggressive. It ain't no light, pretty prancy show of like, I mean, they're just doing their thing. The devil's just by their side. No, he's got a snare. Captured. To do his will. That sucks. I don't want that on anybody. I don't know. How do you know if you've been captured by the devil to do his will? Like I think my version of being captured by the devil to do his will is like an exorcism or something like that, you know, but that's also interesting. And they may come to their senses, which means that, again, if we're all great houses, we are already all great. And so if we feel like we're some rickety-grackety shack, we just need to come to our senses and remember who it is that we are. I mean, like, that's kind of how it was for me. It's very easy to get depressed and be like, man, I'm nothing, I'm worthless, I can't do any of this. And just being reminded by the master, look, this is my house, and it's a great house. I'm gonna make something amazing. But first, we gotta get rid of some stuff. Honestly, because it sounds like that we're already great, there's a battle between which side is gonna use us as a vessel. And I don't know if that means that you're just gonna be entrapped in the snare of the devil, but I do know that for me, when I am trying to be in control of my own house, that I do a lot of things that are primarily just for me and honor me. And in doing so, that sometimes dishonors other people. And that's the last thing that I want. That's all I have for today. I know it's only a couple verses in our friend 2 Timothy, but hoping that there could be more verses like this that I can find and learn just on how to be a better person. If you want to follow along, let's go. Let's go on this journey together. It's because it's going to be a journey. So I'll catch you next time.